Paco was unique in some respects. Well, he was sort of older than most of us, so that's one. And with that goes a lot of experience, right? And then he's got a good voice when you get him going, especially with the glass on his hand, you know. And he's such fun, you know, to be with Paco. And then, of course, he understands racing, and he loves to race.
He and the others like Dodo Ayuyao, they were the sort of the icons of car racing when I was just starting into motorsports. And I looked up to them.
Paquito was a really nice fellow, and he eventually became like a big brother to all of us. He was very tolerant, very helpful. He'd explain anything you wanted explained, and he was one of my favorite people.
He's a bully. Well, you know, when he enters into the races, he's bent to win. He's got to win because of his fighting spirit. That's why he's always on the top 3 before in all the events.
Compared to the other drivers, he would take risks, but it would be always a calculated risk. He was not a careless driver.
It's funny, but the incident that I remember most was when we met with an accident during that big rally. It was up in the mountains of, I don't know, Banawe or Aritao. And in one of the turns, I remember it was a left-hander, sort of hairpin, and the Brasilia that we were driving, he was driving, I was navigating, didn't quite turn at the right time. We bumped the mountain, and I can't even remember if we were able to restart the car and still continue on with the rally.
So my most memorable encounter with Paquito was in Baguio, where normally on Easter weekends, the cam wreckers would have aid stations on those who would be going up Cannon Road, because at that time the cars would tend to overheat. We would have water for them, we have oil in case they were. And on a certain afternoon, we would be allowed to close the last portion of Cannon, and we'd have hill climb races. So this would take about 3 hours. So we were down at the lower end, and Paquito said, come, let's check out the road. And he asked me to jump in his car on the right seat. I think it was a Chevy Monza, but I wouldn't swear to it. And so Paquito started driving. Now, I always get nervous when I'm the passenger. It doesn't matter even if we're in ordinary traffic inside the city. I'd sit in the back seat because I get nervous when somebody else is driving. And Paquito tore through that hill climb. I was young, but I thought I'd have a heart attack about 4 or 5 times along the way. So that's that was my most memorable encounter with Paquito. Of course, he was an excellent driver, but still, I don't like riding in the right seat.
With Lydia, he would always give the support to anybody and everybody. And before you know it, I mean, the grouping with Paco grew bigger and bigger, and before you know it, the wives became a group, and so forth and so on. So that's Paco.
Well, during the rally days, the Shell rally days, you know, we had a lot of fun. We are all driving in the same team, the Mercedes-Benz team. And it was an experience that I will never forget, you know, because if you are running for 4 days in the rally, you're always together. You know, the camaraderie becomes very close to one another. And we really sort of become a family. And competition was out. It was completely our, friendship. Regardless of what team you belong, we're all friends, and it's all for fun.
Many of us are gone now. Dodgy left early, and then Baby. And we're happy that Paquito is still around. We hope to see more of him.